So I was in Europe for the last 10 days, but the guys have prepared a video for me. So let's see what we got.
Corbin's out this week, which gives me a unique opportunity. I've been wanting to make a sunglasses case, and he did a fantastic video on doing so. So I'm going to take this opportunity to try my hand at leatherwork and make one for myself. This is very nice.
Thank you.
Is this a kit? Did I buy a kit or is this just a pattern? Yeah. This is a full kit.
All right, so Zach's making the sunglasses case kit, and he's done a lot of projects before, but not a ton of leather, so I have a unique opportunity of being able to roast or critique my boss's work today, so this should be fun.
This is a kit. We sell this kit. All right, so got my pattern. I'm assuming I've bought this online. This is what I'm making, so great reference.
It's a kit.
Figure out what the heck we're supposed to do. No, let's open
rules.
Stuff.
Okay, so he gets one attempt only, which is kind of an interesting wrinkle because you can make 3 glasses cases out of the provided leather. But I like the danger of one try only.
Oh boy, well, this seems pretty easy.
Went with the tan leather.
There's not a whole lot to this. Who? Oh, fit 3. I only need 1. But Father's Day is coming up, so maybe I make one for my dad.
idea.
Oh wait, that's cool. Wait, I'm gonna steal a weight. I'm only gonna use what I have here. This will be my weight. It's easy to. So let's use as much of this leather as we can because that's what you do in upholstery as well. It is nice about leather that you can just score it. Don't have to mark it with a pencil. What's next?
For the fasteners.
Oh,
repeat those
mark the fasteners. Any more? Nope. Okay.
For the center support piece and the straps.
Center support piece. There's a nice straight edge on this leather panel, so I'm gonna use it. And mark this guy.
Using a scratch awl instead of a pen, precision knife, which is kind of a better version.
Slow down, Corbin. All right.
Nesting is looking good. I don't see a lot of waste. Thumbs up.
Cutting. There's a better knife, but I'm going to give you the other one. Okay.
I'm honestly not great at sharpening blades, but with these, you just pop in a new blade, and you can always have a sharp edge, punch out the hole.
I did also put a brand new blade in that knife for him, so he should have a good cutting experience.
Let me use a straight edge.
Oh. I take back what I said about good nesting. There's some waste that you just created there. Look at that. I'll have to do a blob on the screen, but all the leather workers are cringing right now.
Just makes it easier to shift everything around. Is it curved? Yeah, it's a little curved. Actually, the straight edge may not even be useful. I saw Corbin in one of his videos do this little micro cut to do the radiuses, and boy, it's a good approach. Well, let's try it the other way. Yep. Nope, not possible. That's why he does it that way.
That's true.
Nah, good enough.
I don't really remember how I did it in that video, but you could glue those pieces together and then cut them out at the same time so that the radius are exactly the same. But
I did a poor job with my scratch all there.
I like how his head was in the top-down camera as well, because I'm notoriously bad for ruining the top-down angle. So it's good to know I'm not the only one.
I see I have sanding sticks, so maybe we get a sand that. Whoops. Always put your ruler on the other side so you don't do what I just did. Ooh, so it doesn't shift on you. There we go. It's very cathartic just sitting here tracing a line. It's like going back to elementary school and coloring a pre-drawn picture. Okay.
That's one way to explain it.
Whoops. What's next, Corbin? Okay, now for holes. Ooh, that did not take that much force. Yay. What's next, Corbin? Glue it together. All right, we're gonna do something different. I don't like glue. I don't like waiting. I come from an upholstery background. I'm gonna use basting tape. It'll be easier.
So rule number 1 in leathercraft is usually don't take shortcuts and don't try to be overly quick because leather's not very forgiving. So let's see if that comes back to bite him in the butt.
Glue.
Always take your time.
Look at that. No curing time, no setting time. Just stick it down. And the only reason I think this is probably fine is if we look at the final case, it'll never be exposed. It'll hold the two pieces together and the rivets will do the rest. What's next, Corbin?
10 minutes for the...
That's true. That piece is hidden, so you might get a pass doing it this way. But if he uses basting tape on the other edges, I'm going to take a bit of an issue with that. So we'll see.
10 minutes. Done.
Yeah, Corbin, we're ahead of you.
Rounded edges. It's like working with wood. Sand
It is like
everything.
working with wood.
I wonder if it matters what way you sand it. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so I can kind of see why Corbin would recommend glue. Without glue, when you're sanding, and maybe it's just because I didn't put basting tape here, but it's a little harder to make sure you get the edges even because it's not glued down everywhere. We're gonna call this good enough. Okay. What's next, sir? Edge beveler. Consistent angle.
You don't go deeper on one part.
Okay, all right. Easy peasy, 45-degree angle. Consistent.
I like the way, I don't know if he's done this before or not, but I do like the way he's holding the tool. I do it a very similar way where I put my finger right by the cutting edge just because I feel like I have more control. So I think that's...
Oh, Corbin, you made this.
Oh, he changed his position now. So maybe take back what I just said and see if he can figure it out.
Look easy.
This is one of those things that takes some practice. So it might have been a good option to grab some of that scrap that he had laying on the table and give this a shot before doing the actual project. But
Oh, I see.
maybe it'll
Let's
work
get
out for him.
started. Nope. There's a trick. What's the trick here? How'd you make it look easy, Corbin? More pressure. That's what I was missing. Haha. I've mastered it. Let's try it this way. Nope. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Well, we don't have that mushroomed edge. Do we agree with Corbin? Back looks good. Don't want to touch it. He said do the top on this one too. Okay. And he said don't worry about these, but I'm going to do it.
If they were glued, they would also be easier to
Knock
bevel.
off the edges.
But since it's thicker, it does make it a tad easier as well.
Whoops. That's why I said go slow.
Slow is fast because you only have to make it once. Fast is slow because you have to make it 2 to 3 times to fix your irrevocable mistake.
Man, you gotta have a lot of patience for this stuff. All right, so I don't, on my workbench, have the gum trag, water, or the cloth. So maybe Corbin forgot to leave me that.
They were in a bucket behind him, I think. See if he finds it.
I'll go see if I can find it.
Directly behind him.
Oh. Never mind. I guess he did.
You're welcome.
He just didn't put it on the workbench. Ugh. Hey, wouldn't you know it? There's my glue.
Earlier, he smelled the leather and enjoyed it. If he smells the scum trag, he's going to enjoy that too. One of the best smells in the leatherworking world.
Okay, well.
Smell it.
Yummy.
Ah,
So I guess I'll just dip this
you
in.
missed out there.
Well,
There we go.
uh-oh. Getting it over. I don't like that. Doesn't smell too bad. Let's just do this.
There we go. Shout out smell of
Yes,
gum
yeah.
trag.
Probably want to cover the full edge.
A little goes a long way. It looks like he might be overdoing it.
So
Let's see.
he's using
See what happens.
the metal, the wooden thing. Do this one.
Bed of the beveler and just really smooth out
Okay, let's try that.
edges.
Oh, that's easy. I like that.
don't have a knife.
Okay, how's it look? Ooh, hey, that's pretty cool. I have a lot more edges. There's gotta be a better way to apply this. Corbin, you should, wait, how do you do it? He did it.
Sometimes I use our edge die pin to apply it, but the good old fingers is the best tool there is sometimes.
Oh, he used his finger. Look at that. We don't need no instructions.
So it's just a little.
Ooh, other than the fact that
We should have done it first with no instructions and leave him to his own devices.
I got it on the face surface, but makes it look rustic. I'll just act like that's what we're going for. Well, his looks prettier. Oh boy. That
So yeah, way too much gum trag, spilled it over to the edge. When it dries, it won't be quite as evident, but you're definitely gonna see that, so use it sparingly.
really got over the edge. Well, let's see if we can do this one a little prettier. Just to prove that we can. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that comparison. Guess taking your time does pay off. Okay, so there's that. He said we just
That's the thesis of this video. Take your time. It's not that hard if you take your time.
have to do this. We're gonna do it anyhow. I've decided upon a hybrid approach of speedy versus looking nice. After all, it's leather. Leather's meant to look rugged. Ooh, there's another reason gum.
I don't know if I agree with that
glue
logic,
might
but
make more sense. It's
that's
harder
one
to
approach.
burnish the edges when they're not fully stuck together. Or I should have just gone farther with basting tape. You know what? Whatever. It's good. It's good. It's good. Nobody's gonna see it but me.
And the internet.
Okay, what's next, Corbin? So, while this cotton approach is really quick and easy, and I love it, it is hard to keep it the burnish just on the edge. I'm getting, I'd say maybe more on the surface than I like. Well, okay, well there you can tell. Although that was maybe me applying it poorly. But I just like how
The canvas is quick and it does work well. He's got it folded over double. I like to have just one layer between my finger and the leather. I feel like I have a better control over it. So that's a small thing there. And I actually put the edge of my finger on the table and then the other part of my finger on the leather and kind of use that to set a consistent angle to keep it from getting on the surface of the leather. But that's just one of those trial and error and practice things. And then after you do it a few times, it becomes muscle memory.
that would make this easier.
No machines allowed, except for the sewing machine. It's supposed to be for beginners.
Okay, next.
Pieces,
Female, so male. Male there. Okay.
insert it through those slits.
And this could be hand sewn too, so even if you don't have a sewing machine, it really doesn't take that many tools, and most of them are included in the kit anyways.
Typically, I fold them on top of each other in the middle, but to keep a low profile, I'm actually going to fold these out.
Okay, so fold out. Oh, that's hard. Okay, then the mallet. That was easy. Okay. It's actually works really nice to get started.
That might be a good little find. I've never thought about using the burnisher that way. Except you don't want to take a big gash out of your burnisher because that's supposed to be a smooth tool. So I don't know about that one yet.
Okay, so interesting. Corbin, you didn't tell me if I overhit it, it'll bow my leather. Oh, so my ugliest edge is most visible.
Oopsie.
Let's get creative. How can we fix this?
If I was him, I would either take water and just surface burnish that entire strap and just say it was on purpose to hide some of those rough looking edges. See
Okay,
see what he does.
I'm gonna try something. Corbin's gonna watch this and say, Zach, what do you do?
Here we go. Yep.
When in Rome, or in,
I would do the same, but I would have tried with water first. It'll do just as good of a job. Let's see how the gum trag look
City,
turns
Indiana.
out.
Okay, we're gonna burnish the surface. I don't know what this
When he did it in a very small
maybe
section,
shiny.
you could
Oh,
do the
that's
whole thing in
pretty.
one pass. And
Let's
I
go a
think it'd be
little
more even that way.
We're committed. We're committed.
Also, he had tons of scrap sitting off to the side where he could have tested this out on, but hey, he just jumped right into it.
What mistake.
So I appreciate the
hides at the bottom,
bravery.
about right here. So we'll stop there. Let's get a nice clean line.
Stopping halfway. I don't understand that one.
That's actually not bad. It's definitely shinier where I did
do
that.
like the shine though.
Let's do it the whole way.
There you go. Thank you. That was hurting my eyeballs.
Okay. Okay. Make it a little bit sticky.
It'll dry. Don't worry.
Looks kind of cool. So how's that gonna look? Oh, that'll look cool. A little bit of contrast. Okay.
And leave open the areas that I do want to glue. And I'm going just barely.
I'm gonna do all this extra stuff to glue it. Guess what? I'm not. By the way, for this basting tape, I'm using the one for canvas and upholstery because it's more aggressive than the one for vinyl.
Does anyone out there use the term aggressive when talking about sticking force? Zach's the only person I know that does, but he claims that everyone does. So let us know in the comments if you use that word.
We'll do one down the middle. We'll even go over the metal.
And the glue's not going to stick to the metal real well, but I definitely want to make sure I get the other
This
side.
does. Oh, you even had to glue the other side of this. Okay, now which way do I do it? Do you just line them up? Okay. I went too far this way. It's okay. We'll be a little.
So I might have missed it, but I don't know if he used the guidelines on the pattern or if he's just completely eyeballing centering this. But use the guidelines on the pattern. I even used the guidelines and then connected the guidelines with that masking tape so that I know exactly where to put my glue and where to position it. Because if that thing is tilted, it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Maybe that's where glue is better.
I kind of thought he would have learned his lesson after not gluing the first piece, but he's sticking to his guns, which I guess there's something admirable to that.
Okay, so we sanded it to make sure they were level. Okay, we can do that. Except I'm way off here. I'm over enough. I'm just gonna cut off the excess. All that hard work.
He cut off his nice burnished edge. There's more burnishing to come though.
He sanded it. I don't need to sand it. I just cut it. And this side looks good. Okay.
I'll get my wing dividers, or you could use a scratch awl for this.
How big, Corbin?
Personal preference, 1/8 of an inch for me.
I'll tell you how much we're doing.
There we go.
Inch.
Good intuition.
Any slight adjustments until my needle is just barely.
I'm comfortable sewing.
Skip the wing divider. Oh no, no, he did it.
Nice and tight for the first couple stitches.
I just didn't see it.
Did you back tap?
Stitch line is closer.
So he's sewing on the Ultra Feed LSZ. I sewed on the leatherwork. Both machines will do great on it, but he does have the smooth foot set on the Ultra Feed, which was a good choice.
That's going to be the bottom of the foot.
Whoa, what happened? What'd I do? Oh, I hit this. That's why he had it in the left position.
Yep. He figured it out.
Twist-a-rooney. I used my right index finger as kind of an edge guide so that I can sew.
I don't foresee sewing to be any problem. Zach's been around these sewing machines his whole life.
Stretch.
Stitches are looking great.
So it's gonna come
Tension
down.
looks nice.
Oh, is that actually gonna come down right where it needs to? No, it's a little off.
Almost. It is a great feeling when it comes down exactly where it needs to though. So I'm sad he didn't have that special feeling, but it was close.
That's 2. That's enough. So I can tab that in. The other one. Tab that in. Okay.
This probably feels very foreign to him because as a lot of upholsterers and marine canvas type of DIYers, sewers, they just sew at 1,000,000 miles an hour, back tack at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But he slowed down, took his time, and his...
It's like, boom, gone. Now how can I do it here?
And his stitches looking good.
Through. Well, you know, a stitching awl would probably have made this easier. Okay, check it out. Okay, aha. That's what we're gonna
Yep, that looks perfect on the front.
end up with on the top.
hide those sealed edges on the inside of the case where they won't be visible.
Tell me what looks better.
Which I didn't do, so he did a slight improvement to mine. Good job, Zach.
This piece does is it will, if you're not familiar with setting rivets, you get a 100 pack of these guys.
You may get a 100 pack. It looks like I got a 4 pack. Don't need that anymore anyhow. Okay, dome side up. Just dome side down.
He's practicing. Good job for that, because rivets can be tricky, especially if you haven't done them before, but
The front and the back. So now we'll just do that again.
looks like you got it pretty well first try.
Well, okay, Corbin, I did something wrong. Okay. Yes, I will.
That's why you practice.
Oh, it's going through 3 layers of leather. I was gonna say, I think this is too long. So then just a BAM! Okay, not that hard. Yeah, okay, looks good. No need to overdo it. Yeah, right? Yeah. All right.
I'll let that get tacky for a few minutes, and with the glue alone, it'll hold it together.
Okay. All right. So in this case, we're going with Corbin's
Let's go.
recommendation.
Thank goodness. That would not have been good had to use basting tape here.
He didn't give me a pen.
Good catch.
Okay. So glues to there, glues to there. Okay, he has a nice little blue mat, but we're gonna do without. Oh, this is a brush. What do we need this for?
For precision, Zach, for precision. A lot of glue there, but I guess that's better than not enough glue.
It's kind of fun having Corbin talk in the background. It's like we're doing this together. It's like I know him just by watching his video. I think he said 10 minutes earlier. It's a long time to wait. Okay, 10 minutes. Now I think it's ready. Well, I have excess glue.
That's why you used that fancy applicator that you threw.
Ruh-roh. Don't get it on the surface. Some stitch line. I want it to be starting. So start, stop.
A lot of glue there, but I think you can clean that up in a little bit with the sanding sticks.
Okay, all right, let's do it. In the hole.
This is kind of a tricky part to sew, and it's important because it's right smack on the front of the sunglasses case, but it's looking really good so far.
And back stitch. Yeah.
And he hand turned the back stitches, which is exactly what I would have done. Looks the cleanest that way.
This side, we have some work to do.
So it looks like he ripped the stitches and pulled them out again, which means he has to be very careful when he does this again because he's got to fall in those exact same holes. But he's going slow, which is the only way to accomplish that.
Apparently don't use masking tape on leather. Okay. All right, that's good. That's good. It's good. It will serve its purpose.
See if he learned his lesson from burnishing last time and use a little bit less gum trag and try not to get it on the surface.
Whoa. Uh-oh. That's what happens when you rush.
For some friends, or if you mess up on the first try, you have 3 shots at it. Thanks for watching this video.
Most important thing he said in that video. If you mess up on the first try, you can still make 2 more with the kit. I would say, and I think Corbin would probably agree, I messed up on the first one. I'm just getting lazy at this point. Wolf. See, that's where I messed up. You get a glob of it, it goes on the other side. Okay, so went a little over on the edges. I went for a rustic look.
Hey, that's the way to cover yourself on a lot of errors, is going for the rustic look.
That was
the handmade
planned
look.
from the get-go. Very rusty. Oh wait, I guess
It's the oldest leatherworking trick in the book.
Video. Got to pull it.
Or skip burnishing and say, I'm going for the rustic look, the raw look. You're not fooling anybody.
That off, put it on, and boom! All said and done. I'm very happy with it.
That's good. And I hope you had fun doing it. And it really does look really good. The stitching looks fine. The construction looks good. It's the proper shape. His cuts look clean. Just a couple small details, and the overuse of gum trag.
Yes, I could have been more
careful. Is the
careful.
only thing that kind of held it back.
Yes, when I make the next one, it will be better because I learned a ton on the first one.
For
That's
sure.
really the value, I think, in this kit. You can make 3, and if you do it one at a time, your third one's gonna be amazing. Your first one, probably have some issues.
The first time I make anything, and I think this is true for most people, it kind of sucks. So for a first try, not so bad. And like he says, he's got 2 more shots at it. Those are gonna be way better.
You know what?
And then you take those lessons you learned and use them for the rest of your leatherworking life.
I kind of like the issues. Well, it reminds me that I made this, and I learned a lot doing so.
Part of the fun.
If you're considering making one, and in my case, I made it because I have a use for it, but if you really just want to learn and get into leatherwork, especially if you're coming from more of an upholstery or canvas background, buy this kit that's linked in our description, and you will learn so much. You'll have a blast doing it. I think I finished this in a couple hours. If I did another one, I could probably finish it in a fraction of that time. If you're looking just to learn something new and have something to use after the fact, visit sailrite.com and search Glasses Case Kit.
I second everything he just said. That's a great kit to get started with, especially if you've never done leather, but you've maybe done other sort of DIY projects, or maybe you've never done anything. I think you can figure it out, especially with those 3 tries. So good job. I can't finish this. So good job, Zach. I think it looks good, and I'm glad you tried out leatherworking. Hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up from me.